Hello and welcome to another episode of Sustainable Farming. Today we'll be discussing with Kanyinsola Abajesude, and we'll be talking mainly on the role of communication in youth involvement. Hello Kanyinsola.
Hello, Messi.
You're welcome to the program again.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
So we've been having a series of discussion, and we've talked about communication in agriculture. We've talked about the role of youth in agriculture itself, and specifically on Nigeria. Now, how can effective communication improve the engagement of youth in agriculture?
Okay. Thank you so much for having me once again. Like you said in the question, not just communication, effective communication. And what does effective communication does? It yields more results because they are able to relate more. So how we can make how effective communication can improve the engagement of youth is it's going to bridge the knowledge gaps. For example, if you tell me, okay, agriculture is productive, but I'm not seeing how, you're not communicating it to me in a way I understand, it's not going to make sense. But if you tell me agriculture brings 300 ROI in a year, then that makes sense. It speaks more volume than just putting it in, okay, it's yield result. How many? So making it more effective communication breed knowledge gaps. It helps them to know the risk, what to expect, and what to give, and also how to balance both. For example, a youth-focused workshop in IITA, it helps to give them more information and also to know more. Like when they are confused, as a person, as a youth, I wouldn't like to always, okay, if I'm stopped, going back to someone, I like to know, okay, this is what I need to do or where to go to. Not just I'll just be in that confused state. So it helps to bridge knowledge gap. It also helps you also by promoting role models. Promoting role models helps to commun- give effective communication. For example, if you are telling me that, okay, look at Dangote, that's a role model that I can look up to. Look at Dangote, look at Obasanjo, who is a former president and actively involved and owns a big farm. So those are role models that I know that, okay, if I take to this knowledge that is being passed down to me, I can become someone like this or even more. So these role models helps to bring effective communication. Then also interactive platforms. Having a WhatsApp group, Telegram group, I would know that, okay, I'm not in this alone. I have other people around me that I can easily relate with and also share my problems with. So these helps to give room for effective communication, thereby improving engagement of youth in agriculture in Nigeria.
All right, thank you there. I'm glad that you actually mentioned, interactive platforms, because as far as the youth are concerned, it is easier for you to reach them through, social media like, let's say, WhatsApp, Instagram, or, Telegram groups. But
Yeah.
what strategies would you recommend to ensure that young farmers are equipped with the latest agricultural knowledge and technology?
Like based on the last point, the e-learning platforms, having e-learning platforms are ways we can use. Like for example, give them simplified courses, practical based courses. This helps to equip them. Also, there is a term in agricultural extension and communication, farmer field school, whereby this it is a school but not in a classroom. It is on the farm. So like a you have like the main farm where you use for the you just randomly select a farm where you use as a school, where other farmers around, they come around and you teach them on practical ways to go about their production. So farmer field school, like FAO does a farmers field school that teaches farmers and even students, because it's not just youth, maybe youth graduated youth, students, we catch them young, so we teach them in their school but not in the classroom, on the farm, thereby equipping them with knowledge, like maybe climate smart agricultural practices. It helps them, and it helps to better equip them and educate them. Also tech demonstration hubs, so whereby there is a building or there's a building or a setting that helps to demonstrate how technological practices, technological innovations are being used. Not just telling them with mouth, but they are able to see. And you know that there are ways of communication, but the highest is what you can see. Because it's not easy to take it from you. It's not easy to forget what you can see, and not just them seeing method, they are demonstrating, they are practicing, they are being involved, being they are participating in that demonstration. So like, and also localized content, they are all interwoven. All these all these ways are interwoven. For example, localized content, in the sense that, okay, what can fit into northern Nigeria might not fit into southern Nigeria. So make it localized based on the environment, based on what they are facing. Make it tailored based innovation, tailored based teaching. This, and also making it in their local language, and also making use of multimedia visions, something they can easily see and relate to and also remember. So thank you.
Okay, all right. Kanyinsola, in our previous discussions, we've talked about, inadequate information being a reason
Mm-hmm.
for why people do not take agriculture seriously, especially the youth. Some of the youth
Yeah.
think it is for the older generation, like it's a profession for the older generation. Now, most of these young people need inspiration, they need education, and as we've also stated, as we've established, more young people are drawn towards the use of social media. So how can these social media platforms, how can they be leveraged to, educate young people and to inspire them about agriculture and the opportunities around it?
Thank you so much. One of the ways we can use social media is campaigns, making campaigns available. For example, like organizing social media campaigns, like on Instagram or on Twitter, having a common hashtag that everyone who sees that hashtag will be informed. That is one of the ways we can use that. Also, TV shows, reality TV shows. For example, we have some that are based on food, that are based on fashion. We can have the one that is based on agriculture, like maybe BBN Nigeria now is based on telecommunication, GTC core based on food. We can have the one that is based on sustainable farming and make it so big and so advertised, so that it will encourage youth. For example, you can make it that any, like an exhibition, that any youth that has this innovation, they can come and show what they have, and there are prizes for it. For example, if you have a sustainable farming show, reality TV show, and you put a price tag of 20 million, trust me, a lot of youths are going to participate in it. But if you are putting a program up and you're saying, okay, the first will have 500,000, that will really move a muscle. Unlike you putting a lot of price tags, investing so much in it, and that is really going to move a muscle. Like all these reality TV shows, influencer partnership, influence the people, the youths that are actively involved currently, make them influencers. Let other youths see them as, okay, this person is actually doing it, then I can do it. making it cool and desirable for others. And also YouTube channels. YouTube channels can also serve as a model through social media. YouTube is very rich, and if we can make have a lot of more YouTube content creators on agriculture, on sustainable farming, this is going to help promote agriculture for youth and make it desirable for them.
Okay, thank you for that, Kanyinsola. You just mentioned a very good point, the use of YouTube specifically. Now, what impact, this would lead us actually to the next question. Now, what impact do you think effective communication, as we've laid the background for effective communication in our previous discussion, what how does this change the mindset of the youth towards agriculture and for them to be able to see it as a viable career for them?
Okay, thank you so much. One of the ways that effective communication is going to help the youth change their perception is it helps to shift their perceptions to see the bigger goal, the clearer picture, not just it being vague in their mind. They see, okay, if I do this, I can get this. If this is done, not just that, okay, if I do this, then what am I going to do next? They have a clearer picture. They know that, okay, this is what I'm expecting. They know what is coming in for them. Not just that, well, if it's youth, it's youth. No, they know that, okay, if they do it the right way, if they follow the right steps, this is the ROI they are expecting. So it will motivate them, and this is going to help. Effective communication gives more clearer picture. Also, it helps to build their confidence. It helps to build their confidence because when you give them clear and relatable information, it empowers them. It empowers them, and it also helps to break the barriers. Like, because when you communicate with them, you know the barriers they are facing, and it helps to break those barriers. So those are ways that effective communication can help youth involvement in agriculture in Nigeria.
All right, so let's move to the final questions, and this one is a more I would say practical and interesting one. So specifically, what are success stories that you can share with us, of youths being inspired to join agriculture due to improved, communication channels?
Okay, one of the ones I know is ITA Young Agripreneurs Program. ITA, like I said, is an international organization, International Institute for Agriculture, and these organization has helped to organize yearly, even sometimes by 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 no, not by yearly, like yearly or sometimes every 6 months in a year, to train Nigerian youth, and also for encourage them to share their success story online by giving them grants. Also, Tony Elumelu, he also a big is also a big person in Nigeria, like an prominent person that encourage youth to go into business, whichever business they go to. And I know most youth go into agriculture, and they are provided with fundings. And these are some of the success stories. Also, Farm Crowdy. Farm Crowdy is a group of youth that came together through their online campaign. They show Nigerians how to invest in agriculture without owning a land. So it helps to from different areas of life, from different areas. For example, maybe a doctor, people that are active in other roles, they are also investing in agriculture, even without have they know about it, but they are able to invest in it and also get returns. So these are some of the success story. We also have in Ghana Agro Center, in India Digital Green, that helps to use videos to teach best practices and what to expect. So these are some of the success stories that we can get. that, and these success stories are online that youth can see, and also graduates of this program, especially in IITA, they now run their own profitable business, be it in poultry, be it in different areas of agriculture, that has helped them to improve their resources and also to gain employment and independence.
Okay, Kanyinsola, thank you very much for sharing your time and your knowledge with us on this very interesting episode where we've been discussing, communication in youth involvement. Thank you very much for coming on the channel.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So with that, we've come to the end of today's episode where we've been speaking on sustainable farming with Kanyinsola Abajesude. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.